guys, Alex from Central Florida Enthusiast, and today I am giving my review of my number one coaster, Intimidator 305 at Kingston. So let's go. So Intimidator 305 is a steel giga roller coaster manufactured by Intamin. It opened up in 2010 at Kings Dominion in Doswell, Virginia. It stands at a height of 305 feet tall, 300-foot drop, 90 miles an hour, and just shy of a mile of track. It is easily the most intense roller coaster ever built. So let's go through the ride experience before we really start to talk about this thing. First, you start off with this cable lift and you're hauling up this thing. Keep in mind, this is a 305 foot tall coaster, so you got a long ways to go, but you're up there in probably under than 20 seconds. It takes no time to get to the top. You're going pretty quickly. And get to the top and you proceed into the drop. And yes, this is the quickest drop on a Giga. You're just getting ejected out of your seat. You go down that drop and then you go straight into that bank turn. And they call it the blackout turn for a reason. You go into this thing and at the minimum, you're gonna gray out. It's literally one of the most insane moments ever. And then you come up into that airtime hill. Some people say that airtime hill is a little bit too drawn out. I can kind of forgive because I'm recovering after one of the hardest gray outs of my life. And even still, like, you're still getting airtime. Whenever I rode it, I was getting pretty decent flow ejector. And then you come into a bank turn and you pull some pretty good positives in there. And as a side note, every single turn on this ride, you are just gonna get a ton of positive G's. You go into that bank turn and then you kind of come up and you level out. And then you bank back again and then you turn around and you proceed to the first S-bend. It makes no logical sense how you're able to go through that thing with that level of speed. It does not make sense. You go into it and like you're transitioning, but like at the same time it's like flinging you out of your seat. It's the craziest thing ever. You go into that first one, that thing is insane. The second one, after going through a very forceful turnaround, and the second one's just okay. The third one, and that third one is like absolutely insane. Then you go around this forceful turnaround and then into the two main airtime moments. And you hit the trim, and that is easily the weakest part of the ride. That trim, it kills me that the thing is there, and it hits so hard. It's unfortunate, but you still do get some flow ejector. And then you come into the next airtime hill and you get some decent, nothing crazy, but decent ejector. And then you go into another very tight turnaround. And then into the final S-bend, and that thing's pretty crazy. And then you come up into the brakes and the ride's over. And you're just like, what the heck just happened to me? So with all that being said, what are my overall thoughts on why this just ranked so highly for me? Well, for me personally, everyone has their priority. Most people prefer airtime. Other people prefer positives. Other people like laterals. My big thing is pacing. Pacing is the most important thing to me and what I look for in a ride. Right up there with pacing is positive G's. Not just positive G's, intensity. I value intensity just as much as pacing. I have not been on another coaster that has had better pacing. With that being said, the ride's not perfect. One of the biggest flaws with this ride is the oversolar restraints, and that does kind of kill the ride for some people. The only other flaw with the ride is the trim. Anyways, that's my review. Some of y'all might notice my room looks way different. I'm in full-blown quarantine mode, and I have just spent like the last few days completely reorganizing and reshaping my room. It's also a few days later by the Steel Vengeance shirt. The original cut just wasn't gonna fly. I was not feeling it. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Bye.